Bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. This is Deep from French with Deep. Today we have sentence formation related to adjective ba and bas. Okay, let us start. Ba or bas means down or low, and there are also certain meanings that we'll be studying in this sentence formation lesson. So, ba is used for masculine, whereas bas is used for feminine. Okay, we'll start with the first sentence now. We'll be translating a sentence from English to French. This will not only develop our understanding related to the usage of adjective in French, but also we'll be learning new vocabulary and sentence structure formation. Okay, without wasting any time, let's start. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please press subscribe button and hit the bell icon also. Okay, let us start. Today, Pooja is feeling low. Okay, today's Ujardvi. So Pooja is a name. Leave it like this. Is feeling low. Okay, is feeling low. In French, it is avoir le moral bas. Okay, bas means low. So we have written the adjective bas, and is feeling low will be using le moral. So she is having. So having is avoir in French, and for third person singular we use the conjugation a, avoir. So the sentence becomes today Pooja is feeling low. In French, aujourd'hui Pooja a le moral bas. Très important. And I am giving all these sentences on the basis of TEF Canada exam, especially related to the writing and the speaking module, as this will help you very highly in order to score a very good score. Okay, we have done aujourd'hui Pooja a le moral bas. If you have the like button. Okay, next sentence we have. For several months after the burglary, the thieves kept running. Okay, so months is mois, M-O-I-S, we already know, and its plural is also mois. So for several months, for several we'll be using here pendant during. For several is plusieurs. In French it is plusieurs. So for several months becomes pendant plusieurs mois. So this is after. For after we use après. Après the burglary. So the word used especially in the task 1, that is fait dive, of the writing module expression écrite. This specific vocabulary is used as it is, so it is très important that you understand and use it correctly. So the word is le cambriolage. Le cambriolage. Next we have comma, the thieves kept running. So running is fire. So we use this word. For thieves we can use voler. Like the theft is vol, le vol. And also a tip très important, le vol is used for a theft as well as for a flight in an aeroplane. Okay, so it becomes the thieves kept running becomes les voleurs firent. So the complete sentence becomes pendant plusieurs mois après le cambriolage, les voleurs firent. Pendant plusieurs mois après le cambriolage, les voleurs firent. Next we have very important, we use this sentence in our normal day-to-day conversations. Okay, we have in English, read the bottom of the letter. So read, we have the verb lire here, Lire. So we'll be conjugating it in the U formal one, that is VU formal, and with VU the conjugation becomes lise, Lisez. So read the bottom. So here bottom we'll be using our adjective here ba, because letter is masculine, so we'll be using ba, not bas. Okay. Of the letter is, so for of we use the, the. So that's the preposition, and letter is la lettre. Okay, the complete sentence becomes lisez le bas de la lettre. Lisez le bas de la lettre. Next we have next sentence. Japman, this is a name, went to sleep with his stockings on. Okay, stockings is socks. So he went to sleep without removing his socks. Okay, first of all, let us try to understand. We'll be studying it not only from the perspective of the words, that is the vocabulary we'll be using, but also the sentence structure that we are going to use while translating these sentences. So why it is important? We normally assume that you are not a native speaker and you have a good knowledge of, let us say, an international language like English. And of course, when you are at a beginner or at an intermediate level, you will be thinking first of all in English, and then you will be translating. So no doubt cramming works, but still the original content matters. And in that case, it is better, it is best to know the vocab, the grammar, the punctuation, and so on. Okay, we have just review the sentence. And went. So went means the past of go in English. So we'll be using here passé composé. But if you are familiar, or if you have watched my previous videos related to verb aller, ALLER, that is to go. So we use the conjugation past participle of aller with être, the conjugation of être in the present tense, in order to form the passé composé. So here for writing went in French, we will be using the conjugation of être in the present, that is the third person singular, so it is ESTA. And for aller, that is ALLER, we simply put the accent and cut out, replace the ER with the accent, so it becomes ALL, and with your accent ego. So, and to sleep, Japman went to sleep. So we have written until now Japman etale, sleep is dormir. With his, so with is a preposition, it is avec. His stockings on. So it is a personal pronoun, it is a plural, so we'll be using say. So this is ba. We simply use this adjective in the form of the noun as well. Here, that is why I have taken these sentences in order to develop your understanding related to the French language. So finally, we have sentence in front of you. It is passé composé using the tense passé composé. Japman est allé dormir avec ses ba. Okay, and remember here, ba here is not an adjective, it is a noun in reality. Okay, Japman est allé dormir avec ses ba. Next, you have in front of you, he bought this watch at a low price. Okay, again bought. Bought is a past. Buy, the past of buy is bought. So bought will be forming passé composé again, and bought in French is the first group regular verb acheter. So acheter we use with the conjugation of avoir in front of it. So conjugation of avoir in the present tense with the third person singular is a, simply a, and we form the past participle of ashate by replacing er with the e with an accent igu. So it becomes il a achete. So he bought becomes il a achete. Now this watch, okay, we already know. If you don't know, I'll tell you that watch is la montre. La montre. Okay, la montre. So la becomes this. We are specifying it. So we'll be using sa, set or set. So here it is feminine. So we use set. C-E-T-T-E. Set montre. Okay, at a low price. Remember it always. You'll find it helpful, especially in speaking, expressing oral of your TEF Canada exam. So at a low price is à bas prix. À bas prix. So the complete sentence becomes il a acheté cette montre à bas prix. Il a acheté cette montre à bas prix. Next we have page numbers are at the bottom of the page. Suppose you have created a file and your boss asks that where are the page numbers? You haven't placed the page numbers on your file, then you tell him that at the bottom of the page there are page numbers. Okay, first of all, page numbers. So this is a plural. So for numbers we have le numero, and for page we have page. Spelling remains the same. And page numbers we write in French les numéros de page. Les numéros de page. Okay, next we have our helping verb are. Are is from être, to be. So être conjugation in the present tense in the case of third person plural is sont, S-O-N-T. Okay, at the bottom of the page. So for the bottom we have le page. So it is masculine, so we'll be using ba here. So it becomes at the bottom of the page we use en, preposition en bas de page. De is off. So your complete sentence becomes les numéros de page sont en bas de page. Les numéros de page sont en bas de page. Très important. Okay, if you haven't liked this video until now, please press like button. Okay, we are going to continue. Your book is on the bottom shelf. Suppose your friend asks that where is my book? You say that your book is on the bottom shelf. Okay, first of all, let us review what is book here. So book is le livre. Le livre. And we'll be using the personal pronoun, that is your. So your, it is either ton or ta or te. So ton is for masculine, ta, ta is for feminine, and tes is for plural. Here it is singular, le livre, but it is masculine. So we'll be using ton here, ton. So we have used le livre, so it becomes ton livre. Is. So is again a conjugation of être in the present case, present tense, third person singular. So it becomes a, est. Okay, is kept on, is kept. We use the sentence, we use the verb poser, P-O-S-E-R, and livre a possessor. Okay, that is a shelf, that is bottom shelf. So shelf is a noun and bottom is an adjective. So generally in French, for most of the cases, we use noun before the adjective, that is adjective follow the noun. So here shelf is l'étagère, and we have already studied that bottom, as l'étagère is masculine, so we'll be using ba here. So our sentence becomes Ton livre est posé sur l'étagère du bas. Ton livre est posé sur l'étagère du bas. Très important. You are learning a lot of grammar in a simple way as well as vocabulary, and the most difficult thing that students consider is masculine and feminine. Which word is masculine or feminine? You are revising it, or either you are learning it. Next we have, it is amazing how cheaply you bought this house. So it is amazing. Note it down. We use, so it is amazing. It is in sense, it is unbelievable in the sense that we can say. So we can, believable is croyable. So it becomes, it is amazing. It say incroyable. Say incroyable. So if you have watched my previous videos, I have explained the difference between come and como. We have done that. How, for how we use como. So sentence becomes, say incroyable como. Okay. You cheaply you bought this house. Okay. You have bought this house at a low price. In French we'll be forming it in this way. So bought, again we have done that. What bought, we form a passé composé tense here, and bought is a acheté. And for you we can either use vous here if it is a formal situation, and for familiar or informal situation we use tu. Here tu suits here, so we use tu a acheté. So this house is la maison, so we will be using set maison. Okay, at low price we have already done à un prix bas, à un prix bas. So your full sentence becomes, c'est incroyable comment tu as acheté cette maison à un prix bas. C'est incroyable comment tu as acheté cette maison à un prix bas. So here in this sentence we have learned that it is amazing equal to c'est incroyable, and how in French is como, and for bought we have translation à acheter. This house, it is la maison, so it becomes cette maison. And we have also learned previously as well as in this video that cheap is à un prix bas. Très important. Next we have another sentence. It is a shame his name is still at the bottom of this group. So it is a shame. In French, it is, the translation is, simply learn it, c'est dommage. C'est dommage. So for name, we have le nom. Le nom. So for le, we'll be using son, because we have son, sa and se for third person singular. So here it becomes son nom. Is still, so is again être conjugation, third person singular, it is simply a, est. Still, for still we use encore, encore, encore. And at the bottom, so at the bottom, so ba here is because we are using this for group or name, so it is masculine for you, so we'll be using ba here. So ba and the combination of the preposition a and l, that is masculine definite article, is o, a, u. So it becomes u ba of this group. So group is le group, so it becomes sa group, ce, sa group. Okay, I give both French and TEF Canada classes. If you are interested or if you have any query related to TEF Canada exam, so let me know by doing the WhatsApp or the email ID I have given in this video in the comment section. so that I can help you realize your dream of TIFF Canada as soon as possible. Okay, let us return to our work. It is a shame, say dommage. His name, son nom, is still est encore. At the bottom, uba. Of this group, the ce group. So your complete sentence becomes c'est dommage, son nom est encore uba de ce groupe. C'est dommage, son nom est encore uba de ce groupe. Très important. Next we complained about our low pay. We complained about our low pay. So complained again we'll be using the passé composé here, but complained is a pronominal verb in French, so it is se planter. So we'll be forming here the sentence. So conjugation of we is nous in French, and conjugation of pronominal, that is se planter, it becomes nous sommes plantés. Nous sommes plantés. The, okay, about is the. So low pay. Pay here is rémunération. Rémunération. It is la rémunération. So it becomes feminine. So it becomes Basse. We'll be using the adjective here, Basse. Okay, as I have already told you that generally in the case we use the adjective after the noun, but in certain cases like tre or bas here in this video, we use your adjective before the noun. So it becomes low pays basse rémunération. So notre remains notre irrespective of whether it is masculine or feminine. So our full sentence becomes using a pronominal verb and the conjugation, okay, nous sommes plantés de notre basse rémunération. Please note it down, this is not a present tense, this is passé composé, because we complained, ed is written, and for the pronominal we always use the conjugation of être. So conjugation of être with the first person plural is nous sommes. So it becomes nous sommes plantés de notre basse rémunération. Très important. Here in this sentence you have learned that how to conjugate a pronominal, especially while forming the passé composé, and where and how to use the adjective, which adjective to use basis on the la rémunération means feminine one, not ba, it is bas, and also its position, that tre, ba are used before the noun. Très important, you are learning a lot if you are focusing on what I am trying to teach. Next we have sentence. You have to stay. The doctor said you have low blood pressure. So again in this sentence we will be using passé composé. But first of all we'll be using the simple present tense. So you have to stay, it is an obligation. We'll be conjugating the voir verb with the, this is informal second person singular, that is tu. So with tu it is doit. Tu doit, to stay is rester. Tu dois rester. Okay, the second sentence, let us put full stop here. The doctor said. Okay, again we'll be forming passé composé here. Said is to say. Say is dire, D-I-R-E. But its passé composé, its past participle is D-I-T. And we use avoir conjugation in the present tense of third person singular. So it is a, simply a, So doctor is le doctor. It is masculine, le doctor. Said, we have already said a the. You have low blood pressure. That you have low blood pressure. Okay, that is ka. Ka. You. So we have used tu. Again, we'll be using tu. That is second person singular informal. You have is tu are low blood pressure. Okay, so here blood pressure is tension, that is la tension, but we'll be using here the indefinite article, that is une tension, and adjective bas. So it becomes low blood pressure becomes Jafir, or a low blood pressure becomes une tension basse. So the full sentence becomes tu dois rester. Le docteur a dit que tu as une tension basse. Tu dois rester. Le docteur a dit que tu as une tension basse. Très important again. Next, we have another sentence in front of us. Read it and try to form the sentence. It is very important to speak quietly or to remain quiet in the library or remain silent if possible. Okay, it is very important. Please learn it or by heart. It is very important is il est très important, especially in the expression oral Canada section B. When you are convincing your friend to do a particular activity, you can use this connector very often. Okay, so it is very important, il est très important, to speak or to remain silent. Okay, so that is to speak at low tone, to speak at low intensity, that is voix. So speak is voix, that is voice, and low voice is, so voice is, it is la voix, so it becomes voix basse. So speak is parler in French. So speak at a low voice, that is parler à voix basse in the library. In is dans in the French. Library is la bibliothèque. La bibliothèque. Très important. Learn the spelling by heart. There is an E with the accent graph here. If possible. Okay, or remain silent. Remain is rester. Silent is silencieux. If possible. If is C in French. S-I-C. Possible is possible. Spelling remains the same. Okay, your complete sentence becomes il est très important de parler à voix basse dans la bibliothèque ou rester silencieux si possible. Il est très important de parler à voix basse dans la bibliothèque ou rester silencieux si possible. So here in this sentence we have learned that it is very important equal to il est très important. Speak is parler. So at low voice it is à voix basse. In is dans. Library is la bibliothèque. Remain silent is rester silencieux. If possible is si possible. Très important. So the full sentence is il est très important de parler à voix basse dans la bibliothèque ou rester silencieux si possible. Next we have this table is very low for me. Okay, here low means that the height is less, but I am not comfortable. So the height of the table is low, still I am not comfortable. So let us see. So table in French is la table, and this, for this we use ce, cet, set. It is feminine, so we'll be using CETTE. So it becomes cette table. Is, so is present conjugation, third person singular. We have already done it. It is a, ESTA. Very low, very is très low. Because it is la table, so we'll be using basse here, not ba. So it becomes basse. For me, okay, for is pour in French, me is moi. So this table is very low for me. Cette table est très basse pour moi. But I am not comfortable. But is may. I am not. So it is negative negation with être third person singular. That is, sorry, it is first person singular. I am not. So it becomes je suis. And negation, for negation, we always put ne pas, and in between there is your verb, conjugated verb, like in this case it is suis, so it becomes je ne suis pas. So I am not is je ne suis pas. Comfortable is confortable, confortable. So but I am not comfortable becomes but is mais. I am not, je ne suis pas. Comfortable is confortable. So your full sentence becomes cette table est très basse pour moi, mais je ne suis pas confortable. Cette table est très basse pour moi, mais je ne suis pas confortable. Okay, if you are learning something, if this video is of value, please press the like button and we continue. Look, comma, it says store this medicine at low temperature. Normally we are advised to keep our medicines in a refrigerator for the reason being that their intensity decreases or they don't work if we don't do so. Okay, look, for look we use in French the verb regarder, and we'll be conjugating here for the imperative, that is vous, formal you, so it becomes regarder, ez we add, then we have comma, it says, it means it is written. So it is written. So it is written. Who has written? We don't know. So it is a passive here, passive voix. So it becomes the conjugation of être in the present tense, third person singular. It is a, est, and written. For written, we have passé composé, écrit, e with the accent aigu and crit. Store this medicine. Okay, store is conserver, conserver. Medicine is le médicament. Please note it down. It is e with the accent aigu. So this medicine becomes ce médicament. At is a low temperature. We have already done that. Temperature is la température. So la température it becomes, we will be using here Basse. So it becomes a basse température. Your full sentence becomes regardez, il est écrit conserver ce médicament à basse température. Regardez, il est écrit conserver ce médicament à basse température. So in this video we have learned that for look we use regarder. It is written or it says is il est écrit. Store is conserver. Medicine is le médicament. So it becomes ce médicament. At most of the cases we use a. Low temperature is basse température, ever e with e accent aigu. Again, very important related to the fait divers, expression écrite, task 1, part 1. After being arrested in the act of stealing a car, the criminal held his head down like a monkey in shame. So here in the case we are saying that after arresting a person, the person shook his head, held his head down. So tons of vocabulary we are using, we are learning here the conjugation, we are learning here the punctuation. So stay tuned. So after being arrested in the act, so both these verbs, first one arrested in the past as well as held. So both these verbs are related to one subject, that is the crime criminal. So if we have a single subject with the two verbs, we use après avoir. So arrested is arrêté. For forming its past participle, we simply replace arresté er with the e accent aigu. So it becomes after being arrested is après avoir arrêté. In the act of, very important, note it down. You can use it wherever you want, and for in general French conversations as well. In the act of is en train de, en train de. It is also a verb of present tense, but we don't use it often. So stealing I have already told you that it is voler, voler. A car is une voiture. So after being arrested in the act of stealing, his car becomes après avoir arrêté en train de voler une voiture. The criminal. Okay, you can use multiple nouns to write a criminal. You can either simply write le criminal, or the better one that I recommend you, in case you need to rephrase this criminal, then you can write le malfaiteur. Okay, held his head down. Okay, held is tanir. Tanir. So tanir, we will be using the passé composé here, and we'll be using avoir conjugation in the present tense third person singular, which is a. So a tanu, because for forming the past participle of ir verbs, that is a second group verbs, we replace ir with u, and it becomes from tanir to tanu if we want to form the past participle. And head down. Okay, head in French is la tête. Down is basse. This is our adjective that we are doing in this video. So head down becomes la tête basse. Okay, like a monkey in shame. So monkey is seen. So shame is honte. So it becomes unseen the honte. Unseen the honte. So your full sentence becomes après avoir arrêté en train de voler une voiture, le malfaiteur a tenu la tête basse en signe de honte. Très important, punctuation. Keep in mind where we are using comma. I hope that we would be able to understand this. This is not very difficult. If you are proficient in English, you can easily figure out. And here we have also learned structure of grammar, that if with a single subject we have two verbs, we can use après avoir, and after that in the second part we use passé composé. Your full sentence becomes après avoir arrêté en train de voler une voiture, le malfaiteur a tenu la tête basse en signe de honte. Très important, in this video we have learned after being arrested, après avoir arrêté, in the act of or while, en train de, steal a car, voler une voiture, the criminal, le criminal or le malfaiteur, held his head down, a tenu la tête basse, like a monkey in shame is unseen the honte. Again, once again, après avoir arrêté, en train de voler une voiture, le malfaiteur a tenu la tête basse en signe de honte. Très important. Okay, until now, if you haven't subscribed my channel, subscribe to the channel and share it with as many people who want to learn French easily. Okay. So, and I also want to talk before we do our last sentence of this video that while you are on your journey to learn French, you want to master French language. So the normal problem that students face is when they study grammar, they find it a daunting task. No doubt that if you are learning something without knowing its meaning and usage, obviously you are wasting your time. You are going to get filled with boredom. So in that case, I have a tip for you which I apply in my class as well as when I used to study for French. I used to learn, I used to understand, I used to even mug up in certain cases when the sentences used to be difficult. I used to mug up the sentences, and after that, when I used to study French grammar, the my mind or the student's mind automatically start to connecting the dots backward, and you are able to relate that why you used set, so, set, ma, and so on. So before starting with the grammar, at least go with certain books related to conversation so that you can have certain content, so that when you study a specific lesson, you can easily relate that I have learned this passé composé and it was used correctly in this way. It will help you to connect the dot backwards, and obviously you can sail, you can succeed in your exam easily. Next we have, last but not the least, Pooja has to speak in a low voice so as not to wake Japman. Pooja is a name here, noun. So has to doesn't mean, like if you are familiar with the English language, it is not a voir conjugation. Has to is an obligation, so we use the voir in, and its conjugation with the third person singular in the present tense is dua. So it becomes puja, dua. Speak is parley. We have done it earlier. And in a voice, in a low voice, also we have done abba, abbas, voix. So as is so as not to. So we'll be forming so as, we can use it pour ne pas. Wake up someone is réveiller. So we'll be using it as it is. There is no conjugation here. Japman is a name. So here your full sentence becomes Pooja doit parler à basse voix pour ne pas réveiller Japman. Pooja doit parler à basse voix pour ne pas réveiller Japman. In certain situations, we don't put our verb in between ne pas in order to form the negative sentence as we have done in this case. So we have learned here in this sentence that has to is an obligation, and we use the devoir verb, and speak is parler. In a low voice is a basse voix, and wake is réveiller. Très important. Okay, this was our video related to the sentence formation and especially focusing on the TEF Canada exam and adjective ba and bas. I will continue this series, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and contact me in case you want to take French classes and clear your TEF Canada exam in a single go. This is Deep signing off from French with Deep.